Hi guys!
Hola a todos, bienvenidos.
So my name is Katiuska and this is my brother Anthony. I'm a 13-year-old student in the international school. I have a really big passion for programming and dancing and everything that works around technology and also arts. I've participated in Technovation and also in Contact. And yeah, today I'm here to talk with my brother, and we've been doing this project since not so long ago.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Diaz. I am a mathematical student at University of Montreal, and I have been working in cybersecurity since 2017. For me, personal data protection has been something that moved me on, and even if I am, I consider myself amateur, I keep learning every day. I want to share with you some of the reflection that we have about the subject. The idea is to keep a conversation with my sister and to understand at what point she know about cybersecurity and what tricks I can give her or we can share with you too to be more secure.
Perfect.
Perfect. So let's start. Katy, have you watched the news about Twitter hack?
Yes, like very vaguely I've heard about it. It's about some celebrities or big people that have been hacked on Twitter, their account.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about it? Because I heard about it, but I didn't really look up.
Yes. Actually, I would like to ask you some question before.
Okay, perfect.
What is the first thing that keep in your mind when you heard about hacking?
Well, when I heard about hacking, at first I was like, okay, a hacker is someone that's. We always think it as if the person was bad, and that like it would go into your computer or access to it, and like look up your information or take some personal things.
Okay.
So that was like my mindset on what was hacking. But like I heard that there were some good people that actually can help you with hacking.
Huh. That's interesting. I would like to challenge you to comment below what is hacking for you.
Yeah.
I will say hacking not necessarily is bad. It's someone that will understand how a system works and will work to find the vulnerabilities of the system to understand what we can improve to make the system more secure.
Yeah.
Taking that in note, it means that we have good hackers and bad hackers.
Yeah.
The good hackers are the ones who are doing the same things as the bad hackers.
Yeah.
The only difference is that all the vulnerabilities that they are finding, they share that vulnerabilities with the company to tell them like, hey, there is something wrong here and you need to fix it. And the company will take the follow step to fix it. That's why it's very important to always update your phone or update your computer when there is an actualization an update that
I always skip it, and like you always tell me you have to update it, but yeah, like because if they make you update it, it's because there's a failure in the program and they wanted to make it better.
Exactly. So that's the first thing that is very important to keep in mind. All the updates that they send you, Apple or this company, are actually a way to keep you more secure. Yes. Because the system that you are using could be iOS or Android or Windows or Linux or Mac, anything on Mac.
Safari.
OS. Yeah, it is in development.
Yes.
It will keep developing time to time, so you need to find a way to keep it secure. And to doing that, you need this collaboration of the good hackers. So when they found the vulnerabilities and they fixed them, they send you a batch of update that you need to click it, or if not, you are vulnerable to that problem. And the bad hackers
can hack you much easier.
Yeah.
So basically, the good hackers find the vulnerable. They do basically the same things.
Yeah.
But one is to find the
vulnerabilities,
vulnerabilities,
the problems that are.
the problems, and they just search a way to make it better, unless, or like a way to make it better and not take your information. And the bad hackers, what they do is that when they find the problems, they just go into it and look up your information. So basically, the good hackers are helping you from the bad hackers, but they're basically doing the same thing.
Exactly. They are doing the same thing. That's the thing. Por cierto, si tiene alguna pregunta en español o quiere que hagamos español, también podemos hacerlo.
Sí.
Ou en francês, on peut le faire aussi. Ou en português.
Eu falo muito pouquito português.
A gente pode falar português também.
Ele fala português muito bem.
But let's continue in English, and depending on the comment, we can switch.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's hacking. Another thing is when you heard about the Twitter hack.
Yeah.
What was your first impression? How the system you think was deployed? Because let's make you in context. If you haven't heard about the news, Twitter was hacked, and not any person. It was like almost all the celebrities. Barack Obama, Kanye West,
Elon Musk,
Jeff Bezos, like a lot of active Twitter users and famous and billionaires were hacked.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing because it was at the same time. So
it's not like something that came up like pop pop, you hear, then you hear. No, it was like boom, all of them.
So how that could happen?
It's weird because I don't think it has to be an inside job or something like that. I don't say it inside job as if, but like you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you? It's like they could try and hack it, but that would take so much time. Or it would
big team too.
In a big team, but I think it's more like someone, I don't know. It's like more of talking, or like an information was leaked.
Yeah, and actually that was something that happened. Twitter report that the problem was social engineering hack.
Yeah.
For those who have never heard about that terminology, social engineering means that someone is go beyond the system and take information for one employee, with that leak on information that gives the permission to the authorization to the person to go and enter to any account that they want. So that's pretty scary because it was not a code involved. Normally, when you think about hacking, it's like, oh, someone
the computer and like just like typing everything.
Or someone in his garage
just
working.
Yeah, hacking like that. But like when you tell me social engineering is more like, oh, someone convinced or not convinced. They were just talking and some information got leaked, or they just saw and use that information.
What we are going to do, we are going to share with you some techniques that are useful to understand what is social engineering. Actually, we are going to share with you 8 techniques of social engineering that are very used and very common right now. So, Katy, can you start sharing some of them, please?
Okay. So the first one is pretexting. It's preparing about the situation. How
would you do an example about that?
It's more the person looking up a specific information that they want to, getting a preview of what they're going to hack.
Okay.
So they're preparing. They're like, okay, I have to make these calls. I have to go specifically here. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you explain it better than me?
That's good. But to make a resume, pretexting means when the people who will attack you create an environment and create a
Exactly.
scenario that make you believe that you are doing something wrong. It could be, for example, I don't know if you have already been in a scenario where someone call you and tell you like, "Hey, I am calling from Microsoft customer service, and we think that you have a problem in your computer and you need to fix it.
Yeah.
And to do it, I need to have control of your computer."
So they'll ask specific information so they can get into the computer and the device.
Exactly. That's something that happened very common, and it's complicated because it could happen. Um, they After they take control of your computer, they can do anything that they want with your device.
They can see exactly what you're doing and everything.
Anytime if they install a malware. Another technique is tailgating. What that means is taking advantage of the employees. How you say, gentileza?
It's more like the nicest, the employees that are nice. Yeah.
So
taking advantage of them.
I was taking advantage of the lack of security in the entrance of any company. For example, if someone go to a company and they say, "Oh, I am here to repair something, a light bulb," and the people say, "Okay, go up,"
and then they just let him up without asking him follow-up questions or very much in-depth questions.
It could generate any problematics because that person can take something that doesn't belong to him. It could take personal information or company information.
Because he has access. If he goes up, he has access to all the offices and everything.
Yeah. So that's a problem. The third one is the dumpster diving. What do you imagine when you see that?
I imagine like people going literally in the garbages and just look up like papers that have some information in it.
Uh-huh.
That's what I first think about. I just imagine someone being like, "Wait, I need to find the most information ever. This is the paper. This is the one. This is the one I'm gonna take, and here's from where I'm gonna hack."
And you know what is the funny part?
What
is that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
In the 90s, in the 80s, that's something that happened very commonly. People go to the garbage to search information from their competitor.
And like people would get paid for that to actually just go on the garbages and find.
Yeah, could be a job because they can find sensible information and they can take advantage or create new product before or launching new products or know what your competition is thinking to do, and that's something that is very sensible. That's why right now there are special service and also a special dumping bag that you can take all the sensible information when you are working in a corporation like Deloitte or Microsoft, because they don't want that information to be revealed to the world.
And is it like they cut out the paper like little tiny pieces and everything, so you can't like know everything about the picture?
Yeah, that's something that happened too, and that's a way to keep it private. But not only that, they cut it and after they take it to a different trash.
Not the same trash as the company?
No, so it will be confidential.
But from what you said, right now they mostly do it on the cloud. Mm-hmm. They don't actually use it on paper. They can use it, but they mostly do it on computers and everything.
Yeah, that's something that's happened. That some companies use the paper, keep using the paper.
Yeah.
And some of them are already transitioning to the cloud. But the cloud have other problematics, and today we are not covering that.
Okay, perfect.
Let's keep the next one is the shoulder surfing.
Is that okay? From what I can say, is it basically literally someone looking up the like shoulder of someone while they're working without them knowing? They're just like
It's exactly that. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's someone who is looking to them.
Looking at the device without the other person knowing, or while they're distracted.
Yeah, it's like when you are in the bank.
Yeah.
Or when you are in the supermarket and you are going to pay, and you put your PIN of your card, and someone look at them. That's a problem, because that person can steal your credit card or your debit card and after use it, because they already saw your information.
Whoa. Yeah, that's why like I'm always like covering everything up. I'm like, Mom, cover your thing. Mom, cover that. Okay. You're not showing.
The next one is baiting.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, baiting is actually, as the graphic show, is to use any type of device that you can plug in a computer that can have a specific malware or virus installed, so it will make a problem to the device. You probably already saw that and there is some of them in Amazon that you can buy.
You can buy like
it's like illegal to do, but you can buy legal, but if you use it, you can be charged.
Or probably they're gonna follow up and look up into your like things, what you're gonna do about it, because just don't try and buy it. Recommendation here.
So you can buy a USB that you connect to a computer, and the malware is programmed to
crash
the computer, so it will never work again. Like, I mean, never ever. So yeah, it's very
powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful. The next one is phishing. And for phishing, I think you are familiar with that, and that's the most common of all of 8 techniques. Why? Because phishing is the email that you receive. What is a popular phishing email right now, Katy?
Right now, I blocked all the emails that are like that. I literally blocked them.
Yeah.
But I think the phishing of when they say like, I see that on my mom's clip. It's more of like on Costco they tell you like to click on a link or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or spamming emails.
Yeah, I remember in the 2010.
The prince is that?
The African prince who will give you $1 million if you reply to them. That's something that was very popular. I remember.
People fell for it.
Yeah, people fell.
The Nigerian prince that gave you money if you answer to this email. That was way too pretty to be way too beautiful to be true. To be honest.
But it became best writing and everything, because, for example, in Gmail, most of your email are blocked if Gmail thinks that it's a spam or it's a phishing email. So that's good. But there are some of them who are very writing, and you need to keep attention of what is the email to send you that information.
Maybe they look like a normal person, but their emails, they have something wrong with the emails.
Yeah. Check if it's identified as the government. Check if the email finishes in .gov, and also if the name that show below of the representative who sent the information correspond with the actual person.
Yeah.
And that's something that keep in mind. The next one is very similar to the phishing.
Is phishing. Okay, I'm sorry. It's cool. It sounds cool.
Bye, Moton.
Bye.
But the phishing is actually using the phone, and it's when someone call you and start to ask you personal information.
Oh, like the those are also, they're always like bank accounts or stuff like that, or like the government. It's like, oh, we need to check up on this or follow up on this situation. Can you put your social security number, or like give the last 3 digits of your card and everything, and just like,
Yeah, during the coronavirus, there have been studies that show that there is a potential increment of phishing attack. Me myself, I have blocked 12 phone number already that call me with the same message. I am the government. We are calling from the government of Canada. If you don't reply, you are going to jail. You need to give us your social security number. And some people will panic.
because they're like, wait, did I do something wrong? I have to look up on this
Yeah,
and everything. And like, it sounds, they're very pressuring. They're like, they have the touch of like convincing you that it's really important and stuff like that. That's something wrong. You can't fall for that type of things.
yeah. You need to keep an eye because
Or
we
like
take
check up the phone number, because like there's a specific phone number where when the gouvernement Canada.
yeah.
And so
The last but not the least, and that's why we are going to dedicate more time with this one, is social media.
social media is, wow.
Social media is powerful because you share a lot of information there. Now I want to take a moment to ask you some questions, Katy, about
Okay.
social media.
Okay.
I know that you use Instagram, but
Yeah.
Snapchat too, I
Yeah.
believe. But what are all the social media that you use in a basic day?
Could you call YouTube a social media?
Yeah, YouTube is a social media too.
Well, on a daily basis, I usually use Instagram and Snapchat. If not YouTube. Netflix, is it considered, or is it more like a platform where you watch movies?
Exactly, it's a platform.
So, but I usually use Instagram and Snapchat. I don't have any other social media like Twitter. But do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, I use Twitter. Facebook I don't have in my phone, but I have my profile open. And also I use Instagram. Yeah, so Instagram, LinkedIn. I use very in the daily basis. That's it. And why we are talking about social media is because in each social media you share your personal information. You share what is your name. You share what is your date, your anniversary.
Also the RIP address.
Yeah.
Also, you can share that. I heard that
What is the IP address?
It's your location, isn't it? Like where the device is located.
No, it's more than that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
IP address is the identification of your computer. As we, as human citizen of Canada, we have the social security number.
Yeah.
Our computer have a unique number that identifies
Address IP.
And no matter where you are, it will show the same IP number. Your GPS localization is where you are.
Yeah.
And that's two things that we share with the machine.
Also, we can share our localization.
Yeah.
And normally when you click, you're like allow, and don't read it, and you allow your localization and everything.
Yeah, and that generates some problems because I don't know if you have heard about the scandal of house party at the beginning of this quarantine.
I remember everyone used to use it. They were like super into house party. I didn't actually try it. Did you?
I tried once with my friends. I tried and it was really good. But later on, because I won't say that I made the mistake to read, but I read the term and condition, and I find out that it's not very secure for us. Why? Because information that you share with house party, they keep it. They keep it all. They don't only record your video calls. They also can watch what are the apps that you use before and after using the app of House Party. And in the contract of the term and condition, you accept that you allows them to use that information to other products, to future products. It means that they can sell your information to other companies.
And our pictures also, everything.
They can reuse your recording videos to marketing purpose. It means that it's not secure because your personal conversation can be
Exposed.
can be exposed.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very important to read the term and condition. And I know it's very packed, and normally no one read it.
No, it's like you just see it and it's a bunch of like text and you're just like, wow, this is too much. Okay, except because you think it's the same thing as like the basic, like, okay, I allow my camera roll or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or allow my microphone, but no, there's more into it that they put in specific places.
Yeah, I don't know. You have any other problematics or hack that you have heard that you can do you want to share with us?
Yeah.
Let us then to comment. In the meantime, I want to know: have you ever been hacked?
I don't think so. I have been hacked. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. Do you know a place where you can see if like you have been hacked?
Yeah, well, not if you have been hacked, but if your email has been compromised. Yeah, in the meantime, when you write your comments, we can share with you that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Share.
Okay, add to stream.
Let's see if we share.
It's that one. Oh, you have to go there.
We share our computer.
Because I know that some emails account, I don't know if my email account have been compromised or like, what's the term? Is it pound?
Could be pound, yeah.
Yes, it's that one. Oh, it's that one. Perfect.
Yeah, it's that one. So when you are here, you can put your email and it will show you if your email is already compromised. What it means? It means that if someone have already used your email, or if you have used your email in a website that have been hacked,
yeah,
it will show you what is the problem. In my case, as you can see, there are 2 breaches that has already happened. When you go down, you can see like the first one was AI type.
Yeah.
And it tell you, okay, it was in December in 2017. It tell you what happened to them, and it tell what data was compromised.
Yeah.
As you see, almost everything was compromised. What is the problem? That all that information can be sold by the hackers to a third party.
So that means that it doesn't only just they don't only take them, but they also like give it to other people where they can use it.
Yeah, that's the problem because we don't know where that information can lead.
Yeah.
Another thing is Canva. In 2019, Canva have a big data breach, compromising more than 100 million users. And as you can see, the compromised data was the email address, the geographic location, the names, the password, the username. So what's mean? In my case, I already changed my email. I already changed the information, so it's okay. But if not, it's important that you, after you check it out there, you change your information. Another thing that you can use,
it's Kaspersky. And there you can check your password if your password is secure or not. I've tried to use this one, and they show you more specifically, like, okay, how much time does it take for hackers to find out what your password is. And I can say it's my big flex. My passwords are very secured, and it takes over 100, what was it, 100 million years or stuff like that for them to find out.
So it's very easy. You only need to type your password.
Yeah.
Type your password here. Let's try something.
Yes.
Just to see what happened.
Okay.
If we use the normal the normal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we show you that the password is overdue. You need to change it. Why? Because it takes 1 second to any hacker to take in for you. And that's horrible. Let's use another one. Let's use, for example,
hello world.
Hello world.
I am so sorry if people here are having these passwords.
For hello world, it's the same thing. It takes over 3 minutes approximately to take your information. So, okay, you need to change it.
Okay, let's do a big one.
And what is very cool, is that you can click here and it will show you what is the recommendation for a good password. Which website can you use it to protect your privacy? Obviously, Kaspersky is an antivirus, and that's something that we recommend. It could be Avast, it could be Kaspersky, it could be another one, but we recommend you to use an antivirus.
Yeah.
In all your device, because that's the only way that you can be protected.
Exactly.
Okay?
Perfect.
Now, if we go to social media, and that's something that we were talking about early, something that we need to keep in mind is how we can protect us to be hacked, from being hacked on social media.
Okay.
And what is very important to keep in mind is that you need to change your password every 3 months.
Yes.
You need to keep updating to see who have permission to use your platform.
Yeah, because sometimes we connect on others' people. Like, I connected on my friend's phone sometimes when I need to use it. But then sometimes you can say, oh, remember this, and they'll remember.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think it's good, like, changing your password often. Like, I know every time I connected on another device that's not mine, that's someone else, I always change my password afterwards.
Yeah.
So I try to put another and a bigger and like a stronger password every time.
And what we're going to do right now is to look on Twitter.
Yeah.
Why? Because as Twitter was hacked, we search how we can transfer information, and how we can trace how our information is used. Okay? So
Perfect.
to do that, let's go to Twitter.
Okay. It's gonna be your account, and we're gonna look at Anthony's right now.
Yes. So here we're looking to my account. It's for it here.
Yeah, you should.
Now that we are in my account, let's search what we can find of personal information. Okay.
Face app. Also, someone commented.
Or Face app.
Yeah. Well. Okay, no, but yes, in Face app there has been a lot of problems with that. Also talking about it.
Yeah, but let's see how we can search our information in Twitter. And the way to do it is very easy. Is you go to the three points here, you go to settings and privacy. After you are in privacy, you can see here all your personal information. In the privacy and safety, you can see that you can protect your tweet. It means you can make your account private, as in Instagram. Also, you can prevent for people to tag you. Uh, I mean, if you don't want to be tagging any picture, you can disable, or you can decide who can tag you. There are other options like receive message. If you don't want to receive message from a bug, it's a good way. For safety, you can decide what do you want. And here in the personalization and data is what interests us right now. Why? Because here we can see, as you see, my data is used to personalize my ads and give me a better understanding. But at the same time, I don't want to be use my data like that, so you can take it off, and they will give you just normal data. For the purpose of the activity, let's give it like that, and let's search my Twitter information. When you go to your Twitter information, it will give you your account history, will give you all the details of all the device and information that you have been connected. For example, where you have been connected, when you have been connected, and the Connect app is mean all the application that you have give permission to use your information. Example, Instagram, Platzi, UpLabs, and those one.
Twitter can use those platforms to recollect also information. And there's also a thing like that on every platform. For example, on Instagram, you can check also where you have been located and stuff like that. If you guys want it, we can show you specifically where you can go in other videos, simple ones, and to show you on a specific platform where you can go and like securize better your account. And
Yeah, that's something that we are going to be doing, is to teach you how you can use it in any other platform, not only not only here in Twitter. But if we keep in Twitter, there is something important to keep in mind, is that when you click on the platform, here I click on Platzi, but in UpLabs, it shows you the permission. For example, UpLabs can read and write tweets, can have access to my email address, and it shows you when it was approved. Let's say I don't want to give them more permission, so I can revoke the access, and now it will disappear. Also, it will show you what are the session active, and that's true. I am here in Montreal, and that's my phone. But if you see that there is any activity that seems weird in the account activity,
you can just disconnect it.
you can just disconnect it from there. Also, in the interest and ads data, you can see all the different information that Twitter has from you. For example, in the interest from Twitter, it will show you all the terminology that are associated to you. That's very particular.
If you don't want it, you can just take it out, and it would also help.
Yeah, and that's what is good with that is when you go to tailor audience, it will show you exactly how many ads have been targeted to you, and later you can disable them. So that's how you do it in Twitter. If you want to change your password, you can do it too. When you see anything weird here,
you can just disable it or look more in depth on it.
Exactly. For the purpose of the activity, that's good for Twitter. You can follow me there, and I will be sharing the information on how to do it on Instagram. Oh, but let's do something on Instagram that I show Katy, and is very intriguing.
Okay, while you connect to Instagram, someone said, "How can you change your info? Because I also got pwned by Canva." Yeah, I think the best thing to do right now is to change your password.
Yeah,
And
the best thing that you can do is to change your password. There's nothing more that you can do from this time, sadly. But changing your password not only on Canva, but also the password in all the different platforms that you share the same password.
they always tell you change your password in the like every 3 months. It's the best thing to do.
Mhm.
Or put a really big password like a very secured one
Another one is not use the same password
for like
for two accounts.
yeah.
I know it's very complicated because sometimes we use the same password for all the accounts.
But then you can get hacked very easily and everything. People have access to
Yeah,
everything.
so don't do that. Another thing that I will say is very important to keep in mind when we talk about security is to know what type of information is sharing about you. For doing that, we are going to do a simple exercise that I recommend you to do at the same time. And is we are going to go to Google, tap our name, and look what's shared. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna type yours because I think it will show us better.
But can you share your screen first?
Yes, I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. The specific here, Anthony Diaz. Yep. Okay, it's charging. Perfect. Yeah.
So Katy is going go to Google.
Google.
It will be more specific, more popular for the information.
Google Chrome, everyone. Okay, it's gonna take some time, but here also it shows you everything. Okay. So what we're gonna do with this exercise is that what we're gonna do with this exercise is look that when you look up your name, what information does Google show about you? What information do you have? Like
what information have we shared? And if you are already aware of that information about you,
yes,
or if that's something that doesn't align with your comments and people are using your face or are using your name to make any comments, that's something that you need to keep in mind. So
wait, if you want, we can try it. We're having a slow internet connection.
so what we are going to do is we are going to
Go there if you want.
we're going to go here and we are going to search for my name.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's not on Google. Perfect. Anthony. Yes. Perfect. And here it is.
When you go down, you see yeah, there is my profile account, my LinkedIn, my Twitter, some interviews, the TikTok, my Facebook, Crunchbase. Okay, that's good. And you can see, okay, there are articles who have been writing about me.
Official I'm on Warfare Wiki.
And it's important that you search like the first page to see if
There's
the
something
information,
wrong.
yeah, and if the information that is shared align with something that you think is okay. When I search image, I find a lot of picture of me.
There's also other people.
There are also other people, and that's okay. But it's important to keep in mind, okay, when someone share a picture of you, did you intend to be shared? Is that okay for you? Oh, I didn't know about this one. So it's important to know about all that, because that's your digital print, that's your digital information. Okay.
Yes.
And if you want to go more and search more information about you, uh, something that you can do, maybe it will that will be the last thing.
Yeah.
And it's not related to social media, it's more related to uh, your digital print.
Yes.
It will be Google Timeline.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever watched your Google Timeline?
I haven't watched it. I watched yours because you showed me, but I haven't watched mine.
Yeah, so Google Timeline is what is all the information that Google have about you. Uh, your localization and your pictures and your movement. So it will show everything a map.
Yes.
And that's okay. That's very good, because it make everything one carpet.
Yeah.
One folder, I mean.
One chapter. Yeah, one folder.
And in that folder you can find all the information, and it will be more easy to trust. But what is the problem? If someone hacks your account,
They can see your localization, where you were when you took that picture, where you took that picture.
on real time.
On real time. That is
And
really
that's very
scary.
scary. So what we are going to do is we are going to go
Into Google Timeline.
search it. Google. Oh,
Google.
search it here.
I think that's the main thing that like every time I type Google, it's like Google. I don't get it. People say Google, but it's Google. Google.
Yeah.
Well, it says like that. I don't see the gl. The Google. In French, it sounds more accurate when I say it like that. Okay, so we're going on Google Maps timeline.
You are going there. Let's search.
2018.
For example, in February.
Yep. Let's do it on Valentine's Day.
In February, for example, the 2nd February, I was in India. I was already in India, so it will show all the different deployments that I did
In India.
Where I stay.
The pictures that you took while you were in there.
Exactly. And
it's scary.
That's happening every day. Okay? And Google have
all
the
that
access
information.
of all this data. So imagine if someone have access to all this data. It will be not good.
No, really not.
So that's why I recommend you to keep updating your Google account, changing your password, and making more complicated to get it.
Yeah.
And to do that, you can use a password generator.
The weird passwords, yeah. The weird passwords that they show, they're like 3QL, but those are good passwords.
Yeah. Or use any password manager that can be very recommended, like the password manager of Norton or Kaspersky, who are safe. Normally you need to pay for them, but if you pay, it means that it will be more protected.
Yes.
So I recommend you to use it. So have you any question? Do you have any comments to do? Or do you want to know anything on how you can protect yourself?
Yeah. Honestly, I found it very helpful about knowing specifically where, like, all the things that I have given access on my social media platforms, because I think Twitter is like, it resembles a little bit to Instagram on the computerite and everything. And so I think if you look more in depth into that, you'll get more of an idea of what you're actually giving to them, and you have more control of everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't look into it, it's just like, okay, I'm just giving that access, but I'm not doing anything to like protect it.
Yeah, and that's a good reflection to finish. To keep in mind that every time that we are sharing something to the internet, we cannot control the consequence of that information
Exactly.
and how people will use it. So think twice about what are you sharing. Look the privacy policies to see with who you are sharing that information. And more important, keep
Keep a good
keep updating your personal information and updating your device as your cell phone, your computer, to be protected of any hack activity.
Yeah.
Because think as the update batches, as if a lot of people are working for you to keep it protected.
Yes.
And they are doing that for free. If you are Android or if you already bought a device.
Yeah.
So I hope that next time that you receive a notification to update your device, you will do it immediately.
Yes, I promise I will do it. My computer will no longer suffer. I will make it do it immediately. So yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure to be with you today.
If you have any comments or anything, you can always you can always put it in the comments. You can here you have our channel and our Instagram platform. You can also write us. You can write it into Anthony's and my personal account. Also, if you have any information, any ideas of videos that you want us to show. And yeah, I hope you liked it today. We went a little bit in like we showed you a little bit more of like what happens when you like of your security on the internet.
Yeah, so thank you very much and have a good day.
Have a good day.